I'm 4K Trey.
Who? Rakai, what the man?
You just said what?
You could hang up on him, cuz. Ain't
films with that fire gift, bro. I appreciate you.
OTL, fuck is you talking about? Why you say it like that for? Come on, get your picture, man, before you get beat up.
Oh, wait, my phone.
Pooh Shiesty just made his stance loud and clear, and this time he came straight for NBA YoungBoy live on stream. He wasn't just talking slick, he was calling out YB and every one of those 4KT crash dummies with no hesitation. This move didn't just stir the pot, it might have burned some serious bridges with one of rap's biggest names. Things have been getting wild in the hip-hop scene lately, and this one right here goes way beyond music. We're talking about loyalty, street ties, and the kind of choices that could cost people everything. This ain't no small-time rap beef, this is about who stands where when the lines are drawn. Social media been going crazy ever since Pooh started taking shots at YoungBoy, but let's break it down for real. There's been so much noise online, it's hard to tell what's facts and what's just fan-made drama. Last night, the Memphis rapper hopped on live, chilling with fans, taking pics, and having fun. But in the middle of all that, real tension started to bubble up. Now don't get it twisted, this ain't just another rap rivalry over clout or petty posts.
So they tell me the young niggas' big cousins is red rum. I'ma keep it 1,000. I never liked it, you niggas. I ain't never liked niggas from the first. From the first, yo, got a band. Niggas get on there all this twerking the dags and shit. All that shit, man. I ain't.
What's going down right now got layers, and it runs way deeper than what's being said on social media. Here's where things get extra spicy. This whole situation ain't even truly about Pooh Shiesty and YoungBoy personally. It's about loyalty. Straight up, when you're loyal to Lil Durk, it automatically puts you at odds with NBA YoungBoy's camp. That's where the lines got drawn, and that's what's turning up the heat right now. It all really started to explode when fans began testing Pooh's loyalty on stream. You know how fans move. They live for drama, always throwing names around just to see if they can get a reaction. So picture this, Pooh's on stream, chilling, taking pics, vibing, when one female fan drops a comment that flips the whole mood. Shorty said she don't mess with Lil Durk, and Pooh Shiesty snapped instantly. Things went from chill to tense in a heartbeat, and that's when the internet went up. You could see it all over his face. That comment hit deep. The moment that girl said she don't rock with Lil Durk, it was like a switch flipped in Pooh Shiesty's mind. That wasn't no regular fan moment, that was personal. His vibe went from chill and relaxed to tight and serious in seconds. The kind of reaction that only comes from real loyalty and emotion. That's how you know this bond runs deep. In the industry, loyalty is everything. But in Pooh's case, it's even bigger than business. It's family level loyalty. When Pooh Shiesty got locked up on those heavy federal charges, Lil Durk was one of the few standing by him, showing real support while most people stayed quiet. That ain't industry politics, that's Brotherhood. But this story gets even messier. Things took a turn when a streamer named Ra decided to test the waters during a live broadcast. Ra was clowning around and decided to call Ben, who then passed the phone to Pooh. While on the call, Ra tried to be slick and said he was 4KT, which for anyone in the know is NBA YoungBoy's crew. And that's when everything got awkward fast. Now here's where it gets wild. Pooh Shiesty acted like he didn't even know what 4KT meant. But let's be real, everybody in the rap world knows exactly what that stands for. That wasn't confusion, that was calculated. Pooh wasn't about to acknowledge anything tied to YoungBoy's side, not even for a second. See, that move right there spoke louder than words. It wasn't about pretending, it was about making a statement without saying a thing. He refused to give that crew any kind of recognition, and that's serious in street terms. When someone acts like you don't even exist, that's not shade. That's full-on dismissal. That's the kind of silent disrespect that hits harder than any diss track ever could. Let's break down exactly why this whole beef even exists. Cause trust me, it runs way deeper than just rap tracks. This all goes back to the long-running tension between Lil Durk and NBA YoungBoy. These two been clashing for years, and it's not just about lyrics or charts. It's about real-life loyalty, street codes, and the pain of losing people they cared about. The feud between Chicago and Louisiana turned personal when names of the fallen got involved, and from there it became something that couldn't just be fixed with a collab or apology. When you're as close to Lil Durk as Pooh Shiesty is, you automatically inherit those problems. That's just the reality of street ties. You ride with your people through it all. The tension between Chicago and Louisiana goes way back, but social media took it to a whole different level. Every single post, lyric, or emoji gets flipped, analyzed, and turned into fuel for the drama. Fans and haters on both sides keep the cycle spinning non-stop.
8K a day. I make 20 a day. Every morning my eyes wake up. Every morning.
Whenever Dirk drops something, YoungBoy's fans flood the comments, and when YoungBoy posts, Dirk's crew comes right back at him. It's an endless loop, one that keeps the beef alive even when the artists try to move on. So nah, Pooh Shiesty didn't just pick sides for clout. This was about loyalty, respect, and brotherhood. He and Dirk weren't just cool, they were tight like family. They pulled up in each other's cities, shared spaces, and moved around with full trust. In the streets, that means something real. You don't let just anybody come to your block and feel at home. That's sacred. Your hood is where you grew up, where your people at, where your name holds weight. When someone from another city can walk through your neighborhood safe and respected, that's a bond built on trust and loyalty, not business. But here's where it hits deep for Pooh. When he got locked up on them federal charges, almost the whole industry went quiet. People he thought were solid didn't post, didn't check in, didn't even mention his name. The same folks that used to shout him out disappeared overnight. But one person didn't fold, Lil Durk. He kept his name alive, stood on loyalty, and showed that his support was real. That's the kind of love that makes a man double down on who he stands with no matter what. Lil Durk was the one who really stood tall for Pooh Shiesty when everybody else fell silent. Every show, every stage, Durk made sure to shout "Free Pooh Shiesty" like it was a mission. While most of the industry moved on, Durk never stopped keeping his name alive. That's loyalty you don't see often in this game. But here's where it hits different. This whole situation shows just how deep real loyalty in the industry can go. When Pooh snapped at that female fan for dissing Dirk, that wasn't about ego or clout. That was personal. That was him standing up for the one person who held him down when he was at his lowest point. See, for anyone who doesn't really understand how these street politics work, here's the truth. When you get locked up, especially on federal charges, most people start disappearing fast. In this industry, artists protect their image, their brand, their money. Nobody wants to be tied to someone facing time. The feds stay watching everything, and folks know that showing too much love to someone under investigation can bring all kinds of unwanted heat. So what did Dirk do? He didn't care about all that. He still said Pooh's name out loud, kept his face relevant, kept the fans believing he'd be back. Dirk was out here putting his own rep on the line, reminding people that Pooh was still part of the story. Every concert, every interview, every moment he got, he made sure people didn't forget his brother. That kind of loyalty is rare, especially in an industry where one wrong move can get you blacklisted or where people will ghost you the second you become a risk.
Bitch, you don't your side. Get about the side. You talking about 7, 8,000? Nigga, we get that thing. We just got it on the feature. Stupid ass nigga. They make that. Man, I ain't make that on. We just made it on the.
But this goes deeper than just gratitude. For Pooh Shiesty, it's about understanding that in this game, loyalty is everything. When someone shows you that kind of real, unconditional support, you ride for them no matter what, even if it means inheriting their enemies, even if it means your own career might take a hit. And that's exactly what we saw when that streamer AKA tried to joke around by claiming 4KT. Pooh couldn't even pretend to laugh or play along because that would have been straight disrespect to Dirk. That moment showed everyone how serious his loyalty really is. He wasn't about to acknowledge YoungBoy's crew, not even for a joke. That's real dedication right there. Choosing your brother over potential fame or alliances, no matter the cost. Let's keep it all the way real. This beef is dangerous, no question about it. NBA YoungBoy's camp isn't just some crew of randoms, they're a movement. 4KT rolls deep, loyal to the core, and they don't take disrespect lightly. When you take shots at YB, you're not just coming for one man, you're stepping into a storm with a whole army behind him. His people in Louisiana ride hard, and they move with pride for their leader. Now here's the wild part. Pooh Shiesty ain't clueless. He knows what kind of weight this drama carries. NBA YoungBoy got one of the biggest and loudest fan bases in hip-hop, and those fans, they go hard. YB supporters are loyal, fierce, and quick to defend his name. They don't just tweet about it, they move with energy online and in person. Anybody who disrespects their favorite artist gets flooded instantly, and that kind of pressure can crush a reputation fast. But Pooh made his choice. Instead of chasing safety or popularity, he doubled down on loyalty. And that says everything about his character. In an industry where people switch sides, the second money or fame comes knocking, Pooh Shiesty staying true to the one person who showed him real love when it counted the most, Lil Durk. That kind of integrity is rare, especially when standing firm could risk your own success. Still,
I ain't gonna even say that, but listen, on my mama, these people, my artists make that much off a feature, nigga. You ain't shit. You can't even pay me.
this whole situation exposes the dark side of loyalty in the game. Sometimes being loyal to one person automatically turns someone else into your enemy. even if you never had issues with them to begin with. Pooh Shiesty and NBA YoungBoy might not have ever exchanged direct words, but because of the Dirk connection, they're on opposite sides whether they like it or not. It's guilt by association, and that can get messy quick. Now, the real question everybody's asking: will this beef stay limited to songs and social media, or could it spill over into something more serious? Both camps have deep street roots, and when real-life politics mix with industry drama, things can go left fast. That's the scary part. This isn't just about rap or ego, it's about identity, culture, and respect. See, this whole conflict runs deeper than two rappers throwing shade. It's about two different street cultures, Chicago and Louisiana, clashing head on. Each got its own code, its own meaning of loyalty, its own way of handling disrespect. And when those two worlds collide, it naturally brings tension. But to make things even more complex, there's Memphis sitting right in the middle. Pooh Shiesty's world. Memphis has its own rhythm, its own hustle, and its own street ethics. Pooh represents that third culture in this wild mix, one that moves different but still stands firm on respect. That's what makes this beef so unpredictable. It's not just about words, it's about worlds colliding, loyalty being tested, and reputations being built or broken right in front of everyone. Pooh Shiesty made his decision clear. He's riding with Chicago, standing beside Lil Durk no matter what. That choice locked him into a side, and it says a lot about how the game works right now. This isn't just about one feud or a few slick comments online. This beef represents something way bigger happening across hip-hop today. Artists are being forced to choose sides in conflicts they never even started, all because of loyalty, alliances, and industry pressure. Neutrality don't exist no more. You're either with somebody or against them, and that's the reality shaping the culture right now. When you really think about it, Pooh Shiesty's situation goes way beyond rap beef. It's about loyalty, gratitude, and how, in this business, the people you stand with end up defining your enemies just as much as your friends. When Durk held Pooh down through his darkest moment, when nobody else was checking in or speaking his name, that created a bond stronger than any record deal. That's real loyalty, the kind that makes you ride through fire for your brother, even when it could cost you your own career. That same loyalty is what made Pooh snap on that fan for disrespecting Durk, because when someone disrespects your brother, they're disrespecting you too. But this beef also highlights how complicated the rap game has become. A lot of artists end up caught in crossfire, not because of something they personally did, but because of who they're loyal to. That's the beauty and the danger of this culture. Loyalty looks powerful, but it can also pull you into battles that were never yours to begin with. The beautiful part is seeing that kind of real connection. In an industry full of fake love and temporary alliances, that kind of dedication stands out. But the dark side, that same loyalty can drag you into conflicts that threaten your career or even your safety. That's the price of keeping it real in a world where everything is public and every move gets magnified. Now everybody's asking the same thing. What happens next? Will this beef spill past social media? Will it start to affect Pooh's music or shows? Will NBA YoungBoy clap back directly? Could other rappers end up getting pulled into this storm? One thing's crystal clear: Pooh Shiesty made his position known to the whole world. He's standing with Lil Durk through whatever comes, and by doing that, he made it just as clear that NBA YoungBoy and his camp are now officially on the other side. Once Pooh Shiesty chose to stand with Lil Durk, that automatically put him on the opposite side, both in the streets and in the rap game. That's just how this world works. You can't stay neutral when someone's shown you real loyalty. And that's what makes this situation so heavy. It raises the question: should artists inherit their homies' beefs, or should they be able to keep it neutral? But honestly, when somebody rides for you the way Durk did for Pooh, neutrality ain't really an option anymore. Think about it. How do you stay neutral when someone kept your name alive while you were locked up and forgotten by most? That's loyalty that hits deep. But this whole thing also shows how much social media and streaming have changed the entire game.
I can't beat, like, listen, all right, let me.
Back in the day, beef stayed either in the streets or on wax. Now every little moment becomes content. Every look, every word, every reaction gets recorded, analyzed, clipped, and shared. When Pooh reacted to that fan, and when he handled that moment with streamer AKA, those became viral moments instantly. And in today's digital world, that's how people pick sides, by watching clips, sharing comments, and spinning narratives. The streaming culture makes it all even crazier because fans feel like they can reach their favorite rappers directly. They jump in lives, test their loyalty, throw shade just to see who bites. And that's exactly what happened here. Fans tested Pooh Shiesty's loyalty, and he gave them the reaction they were waiting for. pure, raw, and unfiltered. It wasn't just words, it was emotion, frustration, and pride all in one moment. But let's be real about the consequences. This kind of beef can come with some serious fallout. Standing against NBA YoungBoy and his massive movement can limit opportunities fast. YB's influence in the industry runs deep, and being on his bad side can make certain collabs, shows, and features disappear real quick. On the flip side, that loyalty could also open new doors. His connection with Dirk might bring him closer to Chicago artists who respect that kind of loyalty. Dirk's fan base could rally behind him even stronger, and that unity could help Pooh build a different kind of network. So yeah, while this beef might close some paths, it's also building new ones, all based on respect, loyalty, and who's really standing on what. In the end, that's the trade-off in this game. Loyalty might cost you opportunities, but it earns you something money can't buy: respect. And now that the smoke's starting to clear a bit, people are watching to see what Pooh Shiesty's next move will be, because this story's far from over. The whole hip-hop world got its eyes on him, wondering if he's gonna double down on his stance or play it cool moving forward. But one thing's already clear: his loyalty to Lil Durk ain't changing anytime soon. That kind of bond doesn't fade, especially after everything they've been through. The streets are talking heavy right now, saying that Pooh's next drop might be packed with subliminals and coded messages. Fans are already digging through every bar, every post, trying to see if he's sending shots or staying silent. The crazy part is, even if he doesn't mention NBA YoungBoy directly, the tension is already loud enough that people gonna hear what they wanna hear. That's the power of this kind of feud. Even silence feels like a statement. Behind the scenes, insiders say some industry folks are trying to calm things down before it gets any deeper. Nobody wants to see this turn into something that leaves the booth and hits the streets for real. But that's the thing. When real-life loyalty and street ties get mixed with fame and millions of fans watching live, it's hard to keep things peaceful. One wrong word, one wrong post, and everything could explode again overnight. At the same time, this moment might be a turning point for Pooh's career.
We beefing. This a barber, y'all. This man was just cutting her in jail. I ain't no beef, but why you say something back? What? A feature?
A feature?
A feature?
You can't pay for a feature right now.
My mom, you can't pay for one of my features, girl. You can't pay for one of my features, homie.
Yeah, right now.
The loyalty he's shown could make him a solidified figure in Dirk's circle, the type of artist fans trust to stand on business. Chicago might fully embrace him as one of their own, while Memphis keeps claiming him as their hometown king. That's a powerful position to be in, even if it comes with pressure from all sides. Still, Pooh's got choices to make. Does he keep letting the beef define his image, or does he use all this attention to level up musically? He's proven he's got the respect, but now it's about showing he's still got the music to match it. The industry's watching, fans are watching, and both sides, Dirks and YoungBoys, are waiting for his next move. One thing's for sure, this chapter in rap history is just heating up. What started as a few comments on a live stream has now turned into one of the most talked about loyalty wars in the game. Whether Pooh Shiesty drops a track next week or stays silent for a while, his name is in the conversation. And in hip-hop, that's power. Now the real question everyone's whispering about, how far will this go? Because let's be honest, what started as some slick talk on a live stream has turned into a full-blown culture moment. Fans, blogs, and even other rappers are watching every move like it's a chess match. This isn't just about bars anymore. It's about image, power, and who really stands on what. Pooh Shiesty's loyalty to Lil Durk has become part of his identity now, and that loyalty got people talking heavy. Behind the scenes, there's been talk of labels stepping in, trying to keep things from going off the rails. Nobody wants another situation where a rap feud turns tragic. The industry remembers how fast things can go left when pride, money, and loyalty get tangled up. But while the execs are trying to calm it down, the fans are hyping it up even more. Every time Pooh posts something or even likes a comment, it turns into a headline, like everyone's waiting for a reason to say he's firing back. And the fans, they're treating this like a battle between kingdoms. Dirk's camp got their soldiers online, YB's crew got their army, and it's all playing out in real time across socials. It's wild how hip-hop beefs used to live on wax, but now they live on TikTok, YouTube, and live streams. Every reaction, every emoji, every facial expression becomes proof of something. Still, even with all this noise, one thing stands out. Pooh's silence lately speaks louder than any diss track could. That's how you know he's thinking strategically. Sometimes in this game, saying less makes you look stronger, but the fans are itching for a response. They want to see if he'll drop a record, address the situation, or just keep stacking and staying focused. And here's what's really interesting. Despite all the tension, Pooh's loyalty might actually earn him more respect than any song ever could. In a culture where people switch sides daily, he's showing that standing firm still means something. Even folks who rock with YoungBoy gotta admit there's a level of honor in how Pooh's handled it. No sneak disses, no begging for attention, just standing tall beside his people. But make no mistake that the story's still unfolding. Whether this beef cools off or takes another wild turn, it's shaping the way the next generation of rappers looks at loyalty. Pooh Shiesty's move has sparked a whole conversation about what it really means to stand on business in an industry built on competition. One thing's for sure, this isn't the end of it. It's just another chapter in hip-hop's never-ending drama. At the end of the day, the real lesson in all this is simple. In hip-hop, every move comes with a price. Every friendship builds new alliances, but it also creates new enemies. Every bond opens doors, but it can shut others just as fast. Pooh Shiesty made his choice. He stood beside Lil Durk, and now he's got to live with everything that comes after that decision. Whether it brings blessings or backlash, that's the cost of loyalty in this game. What do you think about Pooh's loyalty to Durk? Is he making the right move by standing tall with his brother, even if it means inheriting all of Durk's enemies? Or should he have tried to keep it neutral and focus on his own lane? And yo, do you think this beef will stay on social media, or could it turn into something bigger down the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. Do you respect Pooh's loyalty, or do you think it's putting his career in danger? There's no easy answer, because in the rap world, loyalty and survival don't always go hand in hand. One thing's for sure though, this story's far from over. With both camps standing strong, loyal fan bases on each side, and real street history behind the names, things could flip in an instant. The energy around this beef is real, and every day there's a new twist, a new rumor, a new post keeping the fire alive. That's just how fast things move in the industry. One night it's quiet, and the next day, the whole internet's on fire. But no matter how it plays out, one thing's clear. Pooh Shiesty's showing a level of loyalty that's almost extinct in the industry. He's not chasing clout or fake alliances. He's standing on what he believes in, even if it costs him. That kind of loyalty is dangerous, powerful, and rare. And whether people agree with it or not, it means something. So we'll be watching closely to see what happens next. Will this story calm down, or will the drama keep building? Only time will tell if Pooh's decision will pay off or come back to haunt him. But one thing's guaranteed. It's already made him one of the most talked about names in hip-hop right now. If you enjoyed breaking this down with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment below. Let us know where you stand, Team Durk or Team YB. Keep it respectful, keep it real, and stay locked in right here for the latest updates, because in hip-hop, things can change overnight.